Let's go, kids. The school bell rings at 7:30. A large number of children these days do not hear this in the morning due to at-home learning, distant learning, at-home learning, remote learning, however you want to refer to it as, is not the answer for our children's education and well-being. There are too many distractions at home, limited social interaction, and parents who are unable to provide quality education experiences. And the schoolhouse is a safe haven for many children. I will explore ways in which remote learning will negatively impact students. Students encounter many distractions while learning from home. In many homes, there is a lack of structure. At school, the students' days are planned out, they have a set of rules to follow. Also, they face external distractions, meaning all interruptions in the home that are a part of everyday living. For instance, the dog barking, the doorbell ringing, lawnmowers outside. I know you hear it in the background. Baby brother Johnny crying. They're just names, just to name a few things. Many students are having trouble staying focused on a computer or even grasping the concept of some of the lessons online. Just imagine being a kid again. Just think about it. 8 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, sitting in front of a computer all day long, 5 days a week, with no friends to play with or hang out with. At school, students have elective classes like gym, art, music, recess to allow them to recharge, give them a break from learning, and to go hang out with Sam or David at recess to be a kid. In classrooms, teachers can redirect students by refocusing them by simply tapping on the desk, tapping on the shoulder. The teachers are also able to help them one-on-one, face-to-face, when the student does not understand the lesson. Homeschooling limits children's social interaction. Social interaction at school is needed for communication, language, emotion, behaviors, interpersonal skills. For some, lack of social interaction can lead to feeling isolated and anxious. The bulk of children ages 6 to 18 are the ones that will be affected. As children get older, their peers play a vital role in their development. Adolescents 10 to 19 years of age are learning to maneuver amongst different social groups while trying to figure out who they are. Kids learn, grow, and motivate each other. Infancy and adolescence are the periods in life where our brains are easily influenced and ready to learn. Being isolated can significantly lower their opportunity for new experiences about life and self discovery. Kids need to be in school, in the schoolhouse, with other children and teachers. Parents that do not have a educational background are unable to provide quality education to their homeschool children. Heck, I can't even teach my child math because they are taught differently from when I was in school. Parents are not qualified teachers. Teachers attain many years of education and experience dealing with different methods of learning. Additionally, we as parents do not know the curriculum. We are familiar with the educated, outdated learning styles, teaching in the old way instead of newer strategies, like I just said, that are helpful for different learning styles. Parents only have one way to teach, which is generally the way they learned. I mean, back when I was a kid, I'm not going to tell you my age, they taught one way and everybody learned that way. Now they do all different styles. This works for this works for some kids, but not all kids get the way and need to have the material presented to them in several different ways. On top of the parents trying to be the teacher, they also are struggling to work full time. Attempting to juggle both parenting and teaching is putting stress and strain on the parents, which in turn affects the child's learning. In the United States, 54% of working parents feel guilty because they are unable to fully help their children with their learning. Think about it. Back in the pandemic in 2020, statistics says from April 2020 through June of 2020, parents' depression, anxiety, and stress scores increased from an average of 9.0 to 9.71 in 1 month's time due to the pandemic from the kids learning from home. Children are suffering without in-person guidance from experienced educators. Not attending school will impact children that rely on schools to provide them with food and a safe haven. Each day, the National School Lunch Program provides over 30 million children with lunches and school breakfast program. Yes, 30 million. The breakfast program provides over 14.7 million children with breakfast. Also, many children live in a disorganized or chaotic home while parents are not concerned about the child's well-being. Children are being abused at home. For so many, there are only safe places is at school. Nearly 700,000 children are abused in the United States every year. A child being abused is reported every 10 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. You get the gist of it. Think about that. Just think about it. Count every 10 seconds. School is where children spend a great deal of their time besides home. At school, teachers are responsible and have the opportunity to create a safe space for children in the classroom. Teachers are guardians of the classroom, which allows some children to feel safe from an unhealthy home. All right, to wrap this up, I just have a few more things to say. Our children depend on school more than we know or care to admit. Homeschooling is not the answer. I've been doing it for the last 9 months and I'm a grown adult. It's hard. It really is hard. I mean, at least we go to the classroom once a week. But I couldn't teach my child, or I couldn't be the teacher for my kids. As a society, are we ready to fail our children of the future?